Hey guys, my name is Natasha and this is the beginner's kit. Today we will start to learn Russian phrases. Let's go, let's go, let's go! I think that we should start from the beginning. That would be the most logical start. So today we will talk about the greetings, also how do we address people in Russian. Then we will learn how to say your name and ask another person's name, and also how to say nice to meet you. So let us begin. First of all, you should be able to greet people in Russian. From the previous videos you've learned two main Russian greetings. Those are ПРИВЕТ and ЗДРАСТВУЙТЕ. ПРИВЕТ is an informal way to say hello, and ЗДРАСТВУЙТЕ is polite and formal greeting. There are some variations of «здравствуйте». For example, you can hear «здравствуй», 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 without «т» at the end. «Т» makes it plural. You probably already know that there are two ways to address people in Russian, «ты» and «вы». They are both translated into English as you. The difference is that ты is singular you and вы is plural you, but вы is also used to address one person, but in polite, formal way. So we say ты to our friends or family members. Also we say ты to children, but to anyone else, like to people you don't know, who you see the first time in your life, and especially if those people are older than you, we say вы. Okay, a few examples. Let's say that you have a neighbor, an old lady, and you don't really know her well, but you sometimes meet, you say hello, and you do a small talk. To her, you should say вы, and for a greeting, you should use a word «здравствуйте». «Привет» would be inappropriate in this situation. Another example. You go to the bank to open an account. There again you're gonna say вы and здравствуйте because you don't know those people and it's a formal situation. Another thing, when you meet your classmate. To her or him you can say привет and just say ты. But okay, we were talking about здравствуй. Здравствуй is a nicer way to say привет. It is still used to greet only those people to whom we say ты. By the way, you can use привет to greet an entire group. For example, you run into a group of your friends. There can be like 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and you can simply say привет, like a привет to entire group. You cannot do the same with здравствуй, because здравствуй is used only for one person. It's a singular. I said before that to make it plural you have to add «т». So if you want to use здравствуй, but you're dealing with the group, you should say здравствуйте. For example, if you go to the meeting and there is a group of people, so you approach them and say здравствуйте. You can also hear здрасте. 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 It is a short way to say здравствуйте. If you find yourself in a formal situation, I still would advise you to say здравствуйте. But let's say, do you remember that example with an old lady, your neighbor? I think in that situation it will be also okay to say здрасте. Okay, we have more greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I told you already that in Russian we don't say good morning, we say kind morning. So here we go. Good morning. Доброе утро. Доброе утро. Доброе утро. Good afternoon. Добрый день. Добрый день. Добрый день. And good evening. Добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. Добрый вечер. Let's move further. Let's learn how to introduce ourselves in Russian. In English we say my name is. In Russian you also can say моё имя. For example, мое имя Наташа. But usually we say меня зовут Natasha. What literally is translated as I am called. But yeah, don't think that with that word звать, да, меня зовут, the verb is звать, it doesn't have anything to do with call by phone. It's only like to call someone to come, for example. You see someone and say like, hey, come here. So you're calling that person, but not by phone. For calling by phone, we have a different word in Russian. So, меня зовут Наташа. Меня зовут Наташа. Меня зовут Natasha. I am called Natasha. So my name is Natasha. Let's ask a question. What is your name? Here again you have two ways, formal and informal. So informal is как тебя зовут. Тебя, it comes from ты. So как тебя зовут. Как тебя зовут. And formal, polite way, как вас зовут. Вас from вы. Как вас зовут. Как вас зовут. And the last thing for today, how to say in Russian nice to meet you. Приятно познакомиться. Приятно познакомиться. Приятно познакомиться.
Здравствуйте. Меня зовут Наташа. Как вас зовут? Приятно познакомиться.
So, finally it's finished. I think it's a great start. You've learned a few simple, really essential phrases in Russian, and we will continue to talk about Russian phrases in the following videos, so subscribe if you don't want to miss those videos. And for today, that's all. I don't have anything else to say, or to be more exact, I don't want to say anything else, because I want all that information to settle down in your head, so you will memorize it good. Keep it easy. Keep it easy, just enjoy the process. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and till the next time. Bye!